St. Louis County has over 40% of the positive COVID-19 cases in the state. We still have a lot of people who are very sick in our hospitals. I know this process has kept a tight grip on our economy, and I understand the impacts nationally and here in our region have been devastating. We understand that, and we're going to move through that. Today, in response to that, I'm pleased to announce our St. Louis County Cares Small Business Relief Program. This SBR program will focus on economic relief to the businesses that have been most impacted by the stay-at-home orders and the epidemic. This grant can be used to pay the cost of business interruption or reopening costs to become in compliance with new social distancing guidelines and to get these businesses open again and contributing to our economy. So again, the business interruption costs can include any fixed costs, utilities, or costs associated with social distancing changes in the place of employment. Businesses eligible for an SBR grant include nonprofits, sole proprietorship, for-profits, anyone who has any business that has a place in St. Louis County as its principal place of business, 50 or fewer full-time employees as of March 1st. These guidelines were based on preliminary research by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, which has shown us that the businesses most impacted by our stay-at-home orders are businesses with 50 employees or less. The Fed will be releasing the results of their survey later on today for more details about their findings. The SBR program will total $2.5 million per county council district. This in total will be about $17.5 million, which represents about 10% of the CARES Act grant from the federal government to St. Louis County. This one-time grant program will provide up to $15,000 for eligible reimbursements per business. No one who is a director, an officer, or an employee of a business who is an elected or appointed official of St. Louis County or any municipality in St. Louis County will be eligible to receive grant funding. In consideration on whether or not a grant should be awarded, we would also require that no business could be discriminated against based on race, creed, color, sexual orientation, gender identity, marital status, disability, or any other unlawful basis. A business is considered to be in good standing with St. Louis County if they are in compliance with our stay-at-home order, and there is no complaints of retaliation for anyone who reported anyone not being in compliance with our stay-at-home orders. A nonprofit organization that is a place of worship will not be excluded from receiving grant funds if they, for the sole reason that they are a place of worship. They must comply for the other measures as well. The process for all of this, the goal of all of this with our SBR grants really is to focus on the businesses that have the most financial need in our community. And we believe that we need the help of our elected officials who are closest to these businesses, closest to the community, to help us make those judgments. So these grants will be awarded based on the recommendation of the council member from each district, but also recommendations of mayors, if appropriate, in any municipality that represents a business who has applied for one of these grants. Each county council member will summarize all of their recommendations by June 1st, and those will be reported to an independent accounting firm that we will identify, who will make a summary of these recommendations and will certify that they are in compliance with the grant programming. The accounting firm recommendations will be reported to the county executive's office through our process and also to the county council's oversight committee. We'll also ask the county accounting firm, in addition to certifying compliance with our grant program, to also summarize any applications that were not recommended and any categories for which they were not recommended, any reasoning